Hey everybody, this is Nikhil from ThinkDigit. Today we have with us the HTC Desire 700 dual SIM smartphone. I had a couple of days to spend with the phone, and I've uh, posted the review online as well, so you could probably go ahead and read it. But here's the gist of what I thought about this smartphone. So now the first thing that you should know about this phone is that it costs nearly 30,000 rupees. I mean, the MRP is about 30,000. You can get it for about 27, but it's about the same price range. So now at when a phone costs that much, that is always something that we hold in mind when we are reviewing a phone. So everything that it should do at the same capability of other phones that cost about 30,000 rupees. As you can see, the Desire 700 is quite well built. HTC does have a habit of building good phones, so this is no exception. It's well built. It looks good. The green tint that you see in the two speaker grills here and around the camera at the back does give a visual twist, which is refreshing since most phones nowadays do tend to just go all black glass and black metal or black plastic. So this is quite good. It's relatively light, not the lightest phone in the market. It's relatively slim, again, not the slimmest phone in the market, but it does make for good one-hand use. It's not unusable in one hand, so that's always good. Overall, the design of the Desire 700 is definitely it's an advantage, and it does set it apart from other dual SIM phones that tend to go with a budget design and a budget build. The quick specs of this phone are as follows. It has a quad-core 1.2 gig processor. It has 1 GB of RAM. It has a 5-inch display that has a resolution of just 940 by 540 pixels, 960 by 540 pixels, I'm sorry. And as you can see, those specs aren't something that you would expect in a phone that costs 30,000 rupees. You've seen phones that cost much lesser, sport better specs. So that is one of the big disappointments. The 960 by 540 display is another disappointment because for a 5-inch display, that does seem a little less. Again, especially considering that the phone costs 30,000. Now, the phone comes with Android 4.1.2, which is strange because uh, the phone which is slightly lower than this in the same family, which is the Desire 601, that comes with Android 4.2. So it's strange that this comes with 4.1.2. Hopefully, HTC will release an official update very soon, but so far we've got no word on that. Apart from Android 4.1.2, it also runs HTC's custom Sense 5 UI. So while a lot of us do prefer the stock Android UI, HTC Sense UI has been around for a while, so it works quite well. It's a beautiful looking UI. It embraces minimalism the same way an iOS 7 or the stock Android would, and it's not as flashy or relatively over the top like Samsung or LG's custom UIs tend to be. So apart from that, the one thing that did strike me while I was using this phone is that there's a general sense of lagginess. It's not as smooth as you would expect on a phone. I mean, if you use a Nexus 4 or a Nexus 5 and you after using that you come to this phone, you will realize that there is this hint of lagginess, maybe a couple of microseconds when you are moving between screens, but there is that slight lag factor. Like other phones from HTC's family, we have Blink Feed out here, which is kind of it's a news aggregator and news reading widget, which sticks to one of your home screens. Thankfully, you can move it to a side home screen, so it's not the first thing you look at every time you unlock the phone, so that's good. Apart from that, a couple of other things that HTC has installed on this phone include something called Kid Mode. The moment you switch on Kid Mode, it basically moves into this uh, protected mode where your children can handle your phone without spoiling any of the other settings. Uh, so currently the internet seems to be a little slow, so let me move out of this. It's a very basic mode. If It provides you an ecosystem within which you can install a couple of apps for your children to use. It lets them look at a couple of videos, educational videos, things like that. So it's a neat thing to have. It's not something that will make you buy this phone, but it's definitely a neat addition. Another interesting, quite useful app, in fact, is Polaris Office. Polaris Office is extremely useful since it lets you create a Word doc, an Excel spreadsheet, workbook, PowerPoint presentation, which is very neat, and it comes pre-installed on this phone, which is a very neat addition to have. Another thing is Scribble. Scribble is a note-taking app, which you can either you can use a pen to just write something out here, or you can just type something out here. So this is another neat app. It's good that HTC has not overburdened this phone with too many pre-installed apps, because as you can see, as you've seen in other phones, a lot of those apps tend to take up a lot of memory. They start by default when you restart a phone, things like that, which just generally makes your phone slower because it also occupies a lot of memory. So whatever apps you do want, apps that you're familiar with, you can just directly download them from the Play Store. So that's nice.